Hello everyone. Welcome to the solution of LeetCode problem 2483 named minimum penalty for a shop. Now, in this problem, you are given the customer visit log of a shop represented by a zero index string customers consisting only of characters N and Y. If the ith character is Y, it means that the customers come at the ith hour, where N indicates that no customer came at the ith hour. Now, if the shop closes at jth hour, the penalty is calculated as follows. Now, for every hour where the shop is open and no customer comes, the penalty increased by 1. And for every hour when the shop is closed and the customer comes, the penalty increased by 1. Now, we have to return the earliest hour at which the shop must be closed to incur a minimum penalty. Note that if a shop closes at the jth hour, that means a respective hour, it means the shop is closed at the hour j. So now let's consider this first example. Here we can see that it has log of 4 hours, which is y, y, and y. So closing the shop at the 0th hour will consider 3 penalty. Similarly, closing the shop at the first hour will consider 2 penalty, and so on. So here we can see that the answer is 2, because closing the shop at 2nd and 4th hour gives the minimum penalty. Since 2 is earlier, that's why the optimal answer is 2. Now, I hope you understood the problem statement. Now let's understand the algorithm. Now, to solve this problem, we have taken the first example. Here, it has 4 elements, which is y, y, and y. And we know that the index number of the string starts from 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now, wait. These are the corresponding index number. Okay. So now we have to check in which hour, if we close the corresponding shop, the penalty is minimum. Okay, this is the according to the problem statement. Now, how can we solve this problem if we think in a reverse way? Suppose our problem is if somehow we find what is the maximum profit hour for our shop, then if we close the shop after immediately this profit hour, then our profit will be maximized, or alternatively, we can say that our penalty will be minimized. So this is the basic intuition behind this problem. We have to determine which is the maximum profitable hour for our shop, and we have to immediately close our shop after this corresponding hour. Suppose, let's take an example. Suppose this hour, which is 1th hour, suppose it is the maximum profitable. Now, if we close the shop in this hour 2, which is immediately after the maximum profitable hour, if we close this shop in this hour 2, that means till now we have considered or we have gained the maximum profit, or alternatively we can say that we have gained the minimum penalty, because where the penalty is maximum, the profit is minimum, and where the profit is maximum, the penalty is minimum. So I hope you understood the basic intuition. Now let's see how can we solve this problem by using this basic intuition. So here we will run a loop from left to right, and suppose at first we will take a variable named total. So here let's say it is total. Now we have to check what is the net profit or total or net profit we will consider for each of the positions. Suppose here the net profit is, for the first entry, the net profit is 1, because here the shop is open and there arrives a customer. So here the net profit is 1. Similarly, for this second entry, the net profit will increase by 1 again, because here the shop is open and there enters one customer. But for this entry N, the net profit will be 1 once again, because in the previous case, the net profit is 2 because it has 2 consecutive Y, but till now for this it has another N. So here, as the shop is open but no customer arrives, so net profit will be reduced by 1. So here net profit will become 2 to 1. Now similarly, for this index, it is Y. So here the shop is open and the customer arrives. So here the net profit will increase by 1 again. So net profit will become 2. So wait, till now we have found that several net profit, the net profit for the first index is 1, it is 2, 1 and 2. So which is the earliest? So here the earliest net profit is 2. That means at the 1th index. So here we can say that for this algorithm, the maximum profit we can get is 2, and it arrives at the index 1 in the first positions. So now we have to close our shop after we have considered the maximum profit. So here we have to close our shop into this next index, which is 2. So for this segment, the shop is closed. So here, what is the index number of this next element, which is 2? So the output of this problem is 2. I hope you understood the algorithm. Now let's move on to the code. In this problem, the code is pretty simple. At first, we are given a function named best closing time, and we are given a string as a parameter. Now we are taking some of the variables, which is answer, index, and total. Now we have to run a loop from 0 to the size of the string and calculate the net total. If the corresponding element is Y, that means we have to increase the total. Otherwise, we have to decrease the total. Now, if the total is greater than the answer, that means we have to add the total to the answer variable and store the corresponding index. After that, we have calculated the maximum profit. The closing time or the closing hour will be corresponding index of this maximum profit plus 1. I hope you understood the code. And now let's move on to the time and space complexity analysis of this program. So here in this program, the time complexity is big O of n, because we have to iterate each of the element of the input, and the space complexity is big O of 1, because we are using only constant extra memories to solve this problem. Thank you everyone for watching this video. We will get back soon with another LeetCode solution.